Okay, this is part two. I'm not going to be touching my nose as much and saying either. So next thing I want to talk about is music to impress girls or boys. That's my first my last that was the second one, don't worry about it. So from listening to Unbreak My Heart, the acoustic guitar, or learning to play the guitar was the thing that I really wanted to do. So there were lessons in school for guitar, I wanted to do that. We'd already learned keyboards, fine, that's not what I wanted. So the guitar came along, learned to play that a little, learned a few chords, brilliant. Stole the guitar from school, didn't steal it, just didn't give it back after school had finished. So I practiced here and there, just picked it up and played a little, nothing crazy. And then met a girl, thought how can I impress her? I'll write her a song. I've no idea how. And the first song I ever made was using the chords from Greensleeves and then just putting words to go with it that were nothing about, obviously, Greensleeves. I have got, what have I got? I think I've got a little note somewhere that has the chords and the words to it. There's another it's somewhere, I can't remember where, but you know, it did the job. And that's when I first started making music, or at least, you know, playing the guitar with maybe some kind of words over it, or learning to play properly. And I'd go on the internet, I'd go on, there was no YouTube then, so you just go on websites and you type in your song that you liked, and you type, and you know, chords, and it would come up with a chord, and it was, some of them I would know, some of them I wouldn't know, and learn the ones I didn't. So out of the whole song there were 4 chords, 3 of them I knew, 1 of them I didn't, so I learnt it. And you just kept on practicing, and you listen to more music because you've got one, and you learn that. And then I started getting into YouTube. People don't, whatever. Not into that, fine, but they had some good songs that were, the music was good, the words were good, you know, meaningful, and I started getting into it and thinking that I would like to make music that made people feel something, whether it was good or bad, funny or sad. That type of stuff was, it did something. It wasn't just in the background, it was stuff that made you go, oh wow, I never thought of that, or how does that work? Oh, is that why? All those kind of things. And then you start listening to music with other people. And that's when a connection is formed, I think, is when you're there with someone, and you've got different types of listening people. Some people listen and they bop. Some people listen and they're just quiet and still, and they're taking it all in. Some people are not taking it in at all, but then they remember it a few whatever days later. What was that song? Some people are went into it straight away. Some people are on it. They'll, you know, oh, what is that? What is that? Write it down. Even the first few seconds, you know, first minute or so, you'll start to try and figure out what it is. What else have they made? So yeah, that kind of stuff happens when you're listening to music. You start getting that connection, and then you start swapping. You know, oh, did you like this? You like this? Oh, did you know that this someone's in this band and stuff like that? So that's the connection through the music, where you're spreading whatever you like and you're receiving whatever, you know, other people like. And with that, you're understanding you're understanding that they have the same feelings as you. They're getting what you're getting. You know, they're getting what you're getting. They're understanding either the words or the way the song is made, or that bit in the music that goes like this makes you feel this, you know. You get that connection where they think the same things as you at that same point in that music, you know. And when you're in a relationship with someone, whether it be just whatever, friends or romantic, you get those significant musics, those significant songs where either you're out and something happens, you know, and that's the song that was playing, or, you know, you're in the house, you know, you're having a good time, and there's that song that you just keep playing on repeat, and everyone remembers that moment in time, you know, after years and years afterwards. That song comes on, and that's the first thing you think of is when that happened. Those are the significant songs in relationships where they connect you to a moment or a time, or when something happened, or a person, or when someone said about a song and how it made them feel, or what was happening at that time. And so with sad songs, with words in songs, you can kind of understand where the songwriter has chosen whatever words they've chosen, the type of music they've chosen, the arrangement, the placing of silences. You can kind of get where that's coming from, depending on what song it is. And you get it. You might not have felt what they've felt, or gone through what they've gone through, but somehow in a way they're able to kind of convey through songs, through the words, through the placing of everything, how they've been able to, what they've felt, you know, at that time somehow. And that's fascinating to me, how the place you play, the place where you put things affects the way you feel at home, 1,000 miles away, hundreds of thousands of miles away, 50 years later, and it can still affect you. There's a song called "Le Guitar" by Jacques Brel, well old, but the words in it, and again, the way the music goes, just, you cannot, even if you don't understand what he's saying, you cannot get away from understanding what he's on about. And then when you read the lyrics, when you understand this in French, when you translate it, you know, it's times 10 what you thought it was. Deeper than that, you know, heavier than that. There's a song called "Famous Blue Raincoat" by Leonard Cohen. Does exactly the same thing. The music's fine, but the words in it push the boundaries of what you've been through. And even though it's difficult to kind of grasp at first what he's talking about, or how he's meaning what he's meaning, and things can just, you think, oh, well, he's just talking about that. No, there's a meaning underneath that, and then there's a deeper meaning underneath that, which is awesome. Anyway, and only recently finding out, well, not recently finding out, but finding out again, how sad songs, or songs that are about heartache, or things not going right, or not being able to control things, those songs you're connecting with them more than just when you understand them. You know, I can understand how I may feel going up into outer space. I can understand that from what they tell me. Unless I've actually been in the spaceship and gone into outer space, I will never understand. So that's what happens with music, and you get a stronger connection when you have been through what they're saying, and it all fits together, and you go, yeah, I know, I'm going through that now. I understand. I see it. And that's a connection that you get when no one's even there. That's a connection that you get straight into the music, straight into whoever the songwriter, the musicians playing on it. That's when you get connection with them. Not with a significant other, not with a friend. It's a connection directly back to the person who wrote it, who made it, who wanted it to sound like that, to make you feel like you feel, to have a connection. And that's the weird thing about it is, again, 50 years ago, 1,000 miles away, it's making you feel the thing that they felt then. And it's that connection. How can you have music, you have a tape recorder to, whatever tape sound, whether YouTube, whatever it is to record pictures and sound in time. How you record what that person felt 100 years ago? Art, drawings, pictures, sounds, words. All of those things are feel from whenever. I'm not a big reader, but with music I get how you can transfer someone's thoughts and feelings to you. I don't know if you can understand songs. I don't know if you can go through your time in your life and live that song that connects with you. Will you be okay with that? You go, okay, well I see that person's feelings, this is going to help me somehow. I don't know. It depends on what it is. If it's about being a warrior, or overcoming, and you're better than this, and all that kind of stuff, I think that might help. Especially in the middle of most of the time when you've kind of gotten over the sadness and you're in a mode of, I'm going to sort this out now.